Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest. Welcome to my channel, everybody. So this is March 2025's Paper Pumpkin Alternative video number 27. Yes, we are going to get into the 30s. Don't know how far we're going to get, but we're going to get there. Woohoo! Yes, this kit is called Daydream. It is March 2025's kit. So you could have made 3 of this one, 3 of this one, and 3 of this one, and these 3 wonderful envelopes. I hope that you guys enjoyed the sunshine if you had it, because it was a glorious day in the Pacific Northwest. And here in my little Hickville town of Belfair, Washington, today was a beautiful day. Boy, do I got a story to tell you about what happened today. But we'll get into that in a minute so you can laugh. Hopefully you'll have a good chuckle on me. So this QR code, as always, would lead you to video to show you how to put this kit together as it was designed. There is a visual of everything in the kit except for that extra stamp set. It is not, there's no visual of it here. Down here it lists the coordinating colors. Videos 1 through 5, I show you everything that comes in the kit. After that, I just kind of mosey along. Down here, this one leads you to how to purchase the set of 5 dies. They're called Spring is in the Air, and they coordinate with January, February, and March. The new set is available. They're called Hugs of Bloom, and they coordinate with April, May, and June's Paper Pumpkin kit. That being said, let's take a look at that extra stamp set that's not on the visual of the instruction sheet. So this large honeycomb, this little flower, hello, happy birthday. The one that is visually there is the lovely, lovely Fuzzy Wuzzy Bumblebee. Thank you for always being there for me. This honeycomb, the wings, wishing you brighter days ahead. Thank you. Sweetest birthday wishes. Enjoy your special days. And the little bee body that you can stamp, or you can fill it in with a marker, which is what I have been doing lately. So with that being said, I'm going to bring something new in. I visited my local hub store. It was 15% off today. So guess what I found? Somebody was getting rid of some Stampin' Up! Things. Look at this, $2.75. 15% off. Yes, it paid for the tax and a little bit more. But this old set was called Cheery Chat. It was from 2001. And most of them, well, I had to cut 4 of them. So I cut, there were 2 that were already done, and then I had to cut and mount this one, this one, this one. No, 6 of them. 6 of them, and this one. So this one says, just a little note, just a word or two, thanking you for who you are and everything you do. And that is what sold me on the kit. So basically, I paid about $2 for that little stamp. I like it because, you know what, this little set, it has like stuff for the ins and outs. So it has get well soon. When everything is said and done, being sick is never fun. Those go together, right? And then the thank you, of course, goes with this one. And then it says, happy birthday. However you may celebrate, whatever you do, hope your day is filled with love and wishes that come true. I love this because they are truly ins and outs, the outside and the inside. Best wishes, sharing in the happiness of your wonderful news. I mean, I love this. This is the one I was after today, though, because, guys, I'm in search of something new to stamp on the inside of the card, mixing it with something that I already have. So you could use this thank you from the kit. I'm not going to go there. I want something bigger. So we're going to go with this thank you from where is it from? It's of course from the December 2024's Paper Pumpkin set. This lovely thank you, right? So I'm just using a different one. And what else am I using? Where is my supplies? Oh, okay. So this is my card base. 1/2 of a card base. We have a card base in itself. It's white, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, layer number 1. Now I trimmed this down to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 because I just wanted a tiny, tiny, tiny little border. Yes, you can tell I'm happy. It was a fun day today, even with some of the stuff that's happened. I'm using all 3 vellum pieces. So if you've already used your vellum, which you probably all have, These measure 1 by 2.5. So 1 by 2.5 there. And then I'm using 2 of those gold pieces. We're going to stamp on them and make them yellow daffodil delight yellow. We're going to stamp on those with the honeycomb. That's what we're going to do with those. And then we have this skinny sentiment strip, which we are going to stamp the thank you on, and we're going to use that in black. Oops. That's going to go together on that one. And then, well, let's put those are my 3 vellums. Now, I am not sure if this little daisy is going to work. If it's going to work, I'm going to trim all the greenery off. This is from the left side of the 3 daisies that are connected. That's what that daisy's from. And I have 2 of those black bumblebees from the, I did not even write those down. Spring is in the air dies. So spring is in the air. It is today. So what happened today? Oh my goodness. They buried the cable up the driveway. Today, they did it. 15 years later. It's only taken that long to get this done. Yes, I was really excited about that. Okay, so let's see, what am I doing? First, we're going to just, this is how simple this is. Now, this is my last piece, I believe, like this, and I'm not fussy cutting it out. I thought about it, and then I changed my mind when I designed this card, and I did lay it all out. I did a look-see, and I really liked it. So, trying to get the glue to come down to the top of the bottle. And the air is coming out, so the glue should be coming out. Nope, there it is. So, because they've been working on my internet and so forth, my phone has not been ringing at my house. Not my landline, but my cell phone, which is really weird. My husband's phone hasn't been ringing. No phones have been ringing. Haven't been getting cell service at the house. And so I've been missing calls and so forth. And my husband's like, you know, we still have mobile service. We should be getting our calls, but it doesn't matter. I think they are finished. If they didn't finish, they'll be back tomorrow. Making sure it is right. The little ones up there. So that's all that, I mean, it's not hard. That's how simple this is. All right, we are going to take these and do them. So I have some boxes of puzzles that Jissa and Justice did not use. And I warned these girls. I told them, Jissa, if you don't take these puzzles, I'm going to take them down and donate them to the hub. Well, they didn't take them. So today I took those. I told them I was not storing these things any longer. And I took them. And I donated them. So I had to take Ben with me because it was getting close to the time to pick up Hank. And I promised him if he was good, of course, I would take his dog, you know, with me to pick him up. So I loaded up Ben, loaded up the boxes and other stuff I was donating. And now, yes, it's gold on one side, but I want the yellow and I want that little bit of white in there. So I was just stamping. There's a little space here that needs just a little bit, and I know I'm being picky. So that's what it looks like now. And then let's go ahead and stamp our envelope here, and then turn it around and do this bottom corner. And that's when I went into the hub. Didn't know what day it was until I got in there, but I was taking a donation. But while I'm in there, my phone rings. And I was so surprised. I was like, oh boy, great. Love it. Uh-oh, where's my little strip? I'm thinking we do a little... I'm thinking, now I'm going to breathe on it. Just give it a little color on there. Yes, just a little touch. Just a little touch. And it was my daughter. And she's like, thank goodness, Mom. She's like, I've been trying to call all morning long. I've been trying to call since I got to work. I'm like, okay, honey, what's up? She's like, I locked my keys in the car. I said, oh, no, you did not. She's like, I did. I locked my keys in the car. And it's almost, well, it's like 12:20 at this time. And I said, okay. She's like, I need Dad. I will pay Dad to come unlock my keys. And I'm laughing because she knows as well as I do that her dad is not going to take her money. There's just no way. He's not going to take her money. And I said, oh, Justice. I said, so what you're asking me is you're asking me to convince your dad to come to your work to unlock your car. Yes. I can't go nowhere. And I said, okay. I said, but I got to go get Hank. I got Boone in the car. I'm at the thrift store. She's like, I know you could do it, Mom. I said, he's going to gripe about this. There's no easy way about this. He's gonna gripe. I know, but Dad can do this. I don't want to get AAA right now. Like, because he tells her every time he goes and he fixes her car, with the battery. You guys know the story with the battery, and it takes him, less than a minute to fix the battery. Get AAA. She didn't get AAA. Of course she didn't get AAA. Why would she? She's got her daddy. So I come home and I tell my poor husband, I love him to pieces. I come in with Hank and he's like, you're home awful early, aren't you? And I said, well, not awful early. He's like, about a half hour. I said, yeah. I said, I just went and picked up Hank from school early. He's like, you did? I said, yeah. He's like, you said you weren't doing that. I said, I know. I said, I'm going to need you to, and I start laughing. And he looks at me. He's like, what's going on? I said, our daughter locked her keys in her car again. Now, my daughter she's done good lately. But she has a history of locking her keys in her car. So this is our envelope, right? She used to do it all the time when she went to college. Oh my goodness. One time, guys, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning and she calls us from the Walmart in Paulsbo. And, we have Hank. It was night classes, whatever. And she's calling us from Walmart and she's asking her dad to come get the keys out of her car again. And he's telling her, I am not coming. He's like, go find a rock and break that window. And she's like, no, Dad, I need you to come get me. And he's like, I am not coming to get you. You get AAA. You find somebody else. And she's like, Dad, I can see my keys. And he's like, I am telling you. And this time she didn't have the car she had now. She had a littler car. He's like, that back window you have, we can fix it. He's like, we can put plastic on it, duct tape around it. He's like, you go find the biggest rock you can and you break that window. And you stick your arm in there, you unlatch the back door, and you can get in your car and get your keys and you get yourself home. And she hung up on him. She was mad. He was like, and the whole time he's doing this, he is getting out of bed, getting his shoes on. He's going to go, but he is not going to make it easy on her at all. So she gets mad at him. She calls a couple of friends. She eventually calls AAA. They all get there at the same time. Her friends, you have to realize, come from Belfair also. So her friends get there. The guys that AAA sends get there. And her dad gets there. And the guys from AAA, once their dad gets there, Russ, so he's like, I got this. And they don't even charge her for showing up. They were laughing. Everybody's there. My husband's like, I told you, get a rock and break the window. But he gets her car open. So it wasn't the first, it wasn't the last, and I'm sure, oh my goodness, this time I told her, this weekend on your day off, we're going to get an extra key made for that car of yours, and it's going to come to me, because the next time you call and tell me that you have, you locked your keys in your car, I said, I'm just going to leave without telling anybody, and I'll go unlock it myself with the keys. But, so, this is where the vellum is going to be. But we cannot, of course, lay the vellum down. Where's my little strip? Anybody see what happened to the thank you? There it is. Thank you is going on this one. So we get there, and my dear hubby in his bright yellow, like Daffodil Delight yellow Mustang, parks directly in front of her little car. He won't turn the engine off because I asked him. So he gets out of the car, pops the trunk, him and Hank get out. He's teaching my grandson now how to break into the car. He does have a Slim Jim. He didn't need it. He tried it twice. He's like, I hate these. He's like, I got my own way to do this. And I'm thinking, I know you do. I'm sure you do. Anyways. So I stay there and I keep saying, don't you want me to turn this car off? He's like, don't touch my car. I won't be here that long. And guys, in less than 5 minutes, he's got this car door open. He has 3 different size wedges. He uses the palm of his hand like a mallet. Jams those suckers in door. He's got this super long metal thing. He's got this little metal rod that he weaves in holes that he's drilled in this. He's got this metal. It's about this wide. It's thin. He's got these holes drilled in it. And he's got this other thin, it's almost like a metal coat hanger thing that he weaves in these holes. Once he figures out he can bend this metal rod he's got, flat metal rod, right? So he gets it with the wedges. He gets it in the door. He figures out how long it has to reach the push button thing, right? Pulls it out. This coat hanger like thing that, it's not a coat hanger, but it reminds me of that. And he weaves it in there. He makes this little hook on the ends of it. He jams it in there. I'll be darned, he's got this thing. I mean, he's got it down. And I'm smiling. I'm like, okay, I'm watching him. Hank's watching him, and Hank's just eating it all up. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this kid will be breaking and entering cars and nothing flat. Oh my gosh. And he's like, and that's how you do it, Hank. And I'm thinking, oh, was it a bad thing that we just brought Hank to this? And there's people around. We never even went in the building to say, we're here or anything to her. He just immediately started doing what he needed to do. And that's it. That's how it was done. And yes, it was done just like that. So these 2 that once were gold. So Hank jumps in there, in the car, by the way. He grabs the keys off of her seat. There, you can see them. They're right on the passenger seat. She had went to pick up her purse. She thought, I guess, that she put her keys in her purse. But they weren't. And she hits the door lock on her car door, not using the key. And as she shut the door, she sees her keys in the seat. Hold on. TT's got to go outside. Yes, Miss TT. Go on. Go on. Hurry up. I'll pop the door open. Go on. You too, Zed. So that's our lucky... Oh, that's what we did today. This afternoon. And... Russell, and that's my hubby's name, him and Hank grabbed the keys. My dear hubby turns to me. He's like, you get the car, meet me at the front. I said, I can take the keys to her. He's like, oh no, her and I gonna have a talk. I never even got to see my daughter. I literally, by the time I drove the car around to the front of the building, Hank and my hubby were walking out. I look at my hubby and I said, "Oh, do I get to drive?" He's like, "I don't think so." Then he tells me, he's like, you get in the back seat this time around. He's like, "You gave birth to that one." He's like, "So you get the back seat on the way home." And yes, I gave it up for Hank. Hank's really has a hard time in the back seat of that little car, but I was laughing at those two. I just was, oh, they walk just like each other. They're cracking me up. So somehow I got to figure out how to get these two to stick. I don't want to put anything in the center of these. I mean, I could do some stickles in certain ones. That would be the best bet. Because I do want to put, so I'm going to stick a glue dot behind this and a glue dot behind that to stick these down. But that was my adventure. And I'm laughing because I just, bless his heart, he might give her a hard time, but he's always there. He's always there. And this was something that I remember my mother telling her when she was a teenager once. Now I'm thinking I need to move that over more. Hold on. Yes, because this one's over all the way. So these are going to have to go over all the way. So my mother once told Justice, I don't remember how it came to be, but my mom was talking to Justice about something. And my mom told her, she said, "Honey," she's like, "you will never have to worry." She's like, "because that father of yours will be there for you no matter what. He might gripe and complain and give you a hard time, but he will always come for you." And my mom is right, 110%. He might give her a hard time. And I mean, I was telling my daughter about it, when she called here a little bit ago, we were talking. She's like, "I know, Mom." She's like, when he came in and he told me I have 3 choices. I said, "Oh no." I said, "That's why he wouldn't do it." She's like, "Yeah, Mom." She's like, "Dick comes in and he says, 'Girl, you got 3 choices. You find a boyfriend, a girlfriend, somebody who can fix cars. You find a husband or a wife that can fix cars, or you find AAA. You get AAA." She's like, "Dad, I said I'd give you money to come in." He's like, "You keep your money. You get AAA." He gives her the keys. And, "I'll see you when you get home." But anyways, cracks me up. And she's like, my girlfriend was going to crack a joke about it. She's like, "But I don't know your dad. I've never seen your dad. He looks like he can be really hard." And Justice, she's like, "Mom," she's like, "Yeah, he's going to seem like he's all hard." She's like, "But he's as soft as a teddy bear inside, but he's going to complain the whole time he helps me." And I'm like, yes, that, unfortunately, yes, he's going to let her know. So, but I thought that was kind of cute. You can get a boyfriend or a girlfriend that can fix a car. You can get a husband or a wife that can fix a car. Or you can get AAA. Oh my gosh. That was his solution to the problem. But now that he's shown Hank how to break into that car, we don't got to do any. We just got to give everything to Hank, right? At least this time he didn't tell us we had to go what we were doing and go to mechanic school like he tried to tell us with the battery. Apparently, maybe he gave up on Justice or I going to mechanic school. That was his solution the last time we needed help. It just cracks me up. And funny thing is, too, to tell you the truth, I think after watching him do this, I think I might be able to, well, it might take me longer, but I think I could figure out how to get those wedges in. I would need a rubber mallet, not a sledgehammer, but a rubber mallet. I could probably wedge them in the door good enough. The problem I would have would be to get the long, skinny, flat metal rod and to weave that skinny coat hanger like thing in between there. I'm not sure if I could get it. It would probably take me a while, but I might be able to do that. I wouldn't put it past me. I'm thinking I could manage this after I watched it. I mean, he was giving Hank's directions and I was listening. So, I can learn. I mean, there are things you can learn watching him do things. There are things that go in one ear and out the other for me, but that I can. I took tips and pointers. I mean, he did teach me once back. Okay, you know those old cars that used to have those little like button top locks on the top of the door? You give me a coat hanger on one of those doors and I can pop the lock. I can do that. I do know how to do that. In fact, I have done it. He did teach me how to do that. I am cutting off the greenery because I don't like the greenery. I just want the daisy. And why not get one that, this is the size of the daisy I want. That's why. The other ones are a little bigger. And my little Titi is upset for some reason. She is actually in the house yipping at somebody in there. And the only other person that could be in the house is Hank or my dear hubby. And hubby is not in there. He's out looking at his barbecue. Because he said something is wrong with it. He was going to make ribs tonight that are now in the oven. So this, I thought, would go like right here. I didn't want to cover it there, but I wanted a little something to pop up on there. And that's what I have come up with. And I like it. And I can hear her little feet. Titi. She's being a pill. Bossy little chihuahua. All right. We are going to use stickily glitter glue. Ooh, there we go. There we go. And then I'm thinking, I know what bling I want. I want some accents of black in here. And those are, oh, I didn't get them out. I was like looking underneath. Hold on. I know which ones. Now I just got to find the right box. No. I know which ones, but I put everything. Ooh, those, no. These. That's exactly what I want. Okay, these are going to have some stickles in them, but I'm looking for placement. So I want a large one here. See, I just wanted little pops of black. To bring in more of the bee color. Let me take a look-see. I'm thinking I actually want one more right here. And I'm just going to go with what I know that's 4 and that's like not the normal number. But I like it. I still do. I'm going to go with 4. That's my eye and I can't help it, but to me it needs the 4. So stickily glitter glue. So we're going to use the gold, and then I have this blue that I'm thinking maybe for here. And guys, this is like, I know this is close to 15-year-old stickly glue because I packed it up in 2010 when my brother died. And I had it before then. Ooh. Oh, too much. I gotta pick that up and try to put it down here. And I know you can order this stuff. Oh, yes, that just brightens it all up. Now, if you didn't have stickles, what you could do, because I almost did this myself, even today I almost did it, was die cut this out in yellow and then pop those pieces out and put the yellow in the bee. The wings I would leave plain, but now I was thinking of putting in, I was thinking of doing yellow, but that would be too much. Give me a second. I want to just look at this on here. If I added this on the wings, I'm going to go for it. This little bit of blue. Just for a little more color. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. You could do the clear. Look at that. It just gives it a little more. And I think I'm okay with leaving those as they are. But we are going to wink Estella this daisy up. And I'm only going to highlight this one. Why? Because I can. That's why. Why? Because that's... Oh, okay. We'll do the centers. I didn't want to do all the daisies. I just wanted to pick. So just the centers of those and the one just to do the focal points. Let me put that back where it belongs. And let's take a look at the inside, which I didn't get stamped yet. Let's finish this. And I got stickly glitter glue on it. That's going to be fun, right? Not. First we have to do the smushy. And I'm looking for the black ink pad. It's disappeared. There we go. It went on vacation. And then I want to try it out to make sure. I mean, this is a really old. It says 2001, right? So it's 23 years old. Ooh, and it stamps nice. Yes, it does. Okay. Said, baby, don't cry. Just go on with it. All right. So we're going to stamp this right here. Just a little note, just a word or two, thanking you for who you are and everything you do. And I cannot, please let this be straight. Well, it's straightish. Okay. It can't be perfect all the time. So now we're going to take... Where's all my... They're all buried. I was like, where'd they all go? Flip this back over. I was going to have fun. We'll just do it like that. And we're going to do a bumblebee. That's how I drop it, is turning it like that. All right. Oh, little Miss Huffy Puffy, go lay down. Somebody ruffled her tail feathers if she was a bird. telling you this is the easiest way to color the Bumble. I think little Zed actually wants to play with Tia, and she does not play. Which is funny because he only likes to play on occasion too. They're both little old dogs. But she doesn't play with other dogs. She plays with humans. she looks at the other dogs when they want to play like, are you speaking to me? I'm special in you're just a dog. Oh, it cracks me up. And the local humane society was having a Chihuahua adoption event. And I tried to convince my hubby that there's always room for another Chihuahua. That didn't work. I don't have another one, by the way. So there is my card. I hope you guys like this one as well. So the 3 pieces of vellum, 2 of the golds. We just stamped on the reverse side. The gold isn't doing anything for me. I don't like that the brushed look. I just don't. It's not my thing. And then the gold and the blue stickles inside the bee. But like I said, if you don't have that and you're like, well, I don't want to use it because I don't have anything to do it, die cut the die a second time in a yellow. You could even die cut it again in a blue and pop the pieces that normally are out, pop them back in with a little glue and fill them in with those colored bits of cardstock. And then you have the blue and the gold in the bumblebee. Oh, she is in a state, my little dog. I'm going to go see whatever it is that has her in a tizzy right now. So thanks for watching, everybody. Guys, I love coming out here and chatting with you. Thank you for letting me tell you my little story about my daughter and in her car today and the key and all the fun stuff. You know, things like that. They're fun little stories. They're things that happen to us all the time. And I hope one day, you know, Hank also will look back on this and, hey, Mom, remember that time that Papa, you know, showed me how to, you know, break into your car? You know, I hope that he looks back on these times with fondness. And I know that my daughter will. I know that she'll always remember that though her dad gives her a hard time, that he's always there for her. It's just how he expresses himself for her. So I smile. The whole time riding home, I was just smiling, and I love the fact that that she knows. I know that she knows. Of course she knows, especially when I talk to her. That and I know that she appreciates that he's gonna come to her rescue. It's just a matter of, you know, him showing the toughness, you know, that he does. The tough love. But it's love all the same. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you all again here in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now, everyone.